Hi, Aries, and welcome to your July 2024 read. Okay, this read is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Let's get started. This is the Past Life Oracle deck. Let's see what karmic thread is being worked on in this lifetime. Wow, leaving or travel. Oh my gosh, don't we love this, right? So, someone's traveling, loves to travel. You know, this thread is about I've always loved to travel. That's what you say to yourself. It's that simple. Or I love going on vacations. I mean, I know it's general, right? But not everyone likes to go on vacation, you know? This also could depict a road trip that's coming up. And for some, planning, which I haven't heard in so long, planning like a train road trip, right? You get on the train, go down the coast, something like that. Amtrak, whatever. Yeah, and I also just heard Fast and Furious. I don't know why, but who doesn't love us some Paul Walker? Okay. Let's see what's happening. Traveling is a big, some of you could be literally in the business, right? All right, let's see what is happening for Aries. Maybe in July or in the summer, you're getting ready to travel. It is the season, right? All right, we have the Queen of Cups, which is a beautiful depiction of perhaps your moon and or rising sign, being a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Wow, and we have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And wow, oh my gosh, what great cards. Moving in together, buying a home. Yeah, I feel like someone wants to move in together, buy a home, coming to visit you, perhaps. This person is actually, when you have the emotional connection with another, it's not only emotional, it is intellectual. It is compassion, patience, kindness, loyalty. Someone's really clear right here. This is you and your person. Someone's very clear. Now, listen, you could have a moon and or rising in air or water, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So it's always best to know your natal chart for sure. Now, the Palace of Wands is also the activity of what's in the house, what's going on around the house. So some of you are beautifying your homes if you're not purchasing and or selling. We're talking out in Mother Nature, doing yard work, loving yard work, being outside, loving being outside. Putting lights around your house, I heard. Beautifying it, And it's almost as if the beauty, when we do that, when we make the house look nice, sometimes, it doesn't really require we spend a shitload of money, right? You go to Home Depot or Lowe's or what have you, and you buy some really cute little night lights, right? And you put them on the back of the house, and you're out there enjoying, the evening. I feel it's lights. It's like maybe even I'm hearing a gazebo or something that you can have, like, it's a hangout. Your backyard is a hangout, but it's also to be loved and appreciated, not necessarily for everyone to come, but without question, you do enjoy like parties and gatherings, barbecuing, everything is about your home. And it's the wands. So it's your home, it's your external house, right? It's not an internal. So whatever you're doing to your external home matters. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me right now? This is all about beautifying the home. Some of you guys just moved, or you're moving. Definitely someone has a green thumb. You may be in, like, you live on a large piece of land, or it doesn't have to be a big house, even though it shows up here. It doesn't have to be. It's like you have a nice, cozy home that's lit up, and in the backyard you can see beautiful deer. You've been seeing butterflies. You could be planting, maybe getting ready to grow your own. I mean, what? Yeah, we should be doing that. Mushrooms. Some of you are planting roses. Some of you have little chipmunks and or mice, and they're really cute. You don't necessarily want to get rid of them. Some of you even have an owl that you hear at night or even during the day. So some of you are leaving one home for another, selling, buying, selling, and some of you are basically your realtors. Some of you are together with someone and both of you have your own homes. And you may like it like that. You know what I mean? It's just something you really like. That, either you both have homes, or maybe one's moving in. I'll keep going, but wow, right? Green is very healing. So there's healing that this home has the energy of healing big time. So numerology speaking, and you can always call me or you can Google it or text me or whatever. Numerology, read your numbers on your home, and when they add up to a certain number, and then you can Google it, what it means. But this home that I'm looking at here is very much about making money, bringing money into the home. Maybe you have your own business in this house and you just moved there and you're like, wow, this is great. But literally, you could be building a business also. Okay, let's keep going. Wow, look at that. Yes, not joking. Really, whatever you're working on, you may be in a month's time launching something out of your home, owning your own business, buying property. It's happening and it's beautiful. Green is really an important color for you in July. Wearing green is healing, jade, crystals. You can get into crystals. You can, the colors that we wear, it's everything. The colors that we wear, where we live, the demographics, that is all energy. And maybe you know this, and if you don't, this is something that is really benefiting you. And if you don't know it, it is. If you do know it, it's great, but it is something that when we, by land and or I hear by sea, like you could live by water. This could have you know, this land, you could be by water. I don't feel it, you know, like the Pacific. I don't. I feel it more like by a lake, right? Maybe you're moving or you're looking at homes by lakes. And you love different roses, also lavender. Someone has beautiful blue sapphire or light blue eyes that really capture your soul. If this is a launching, it's happening within the next month. Whatever it is. Whatever you're launching. A business, collabing with someone. You're taking this one pentacle and you're making it happen. And this could be your investors. These could be the people that you're launching your idea with. Okay, so I think that some of you kind of were overthinking stuff that has happened, things that people have said to you. So stuff that's happened already, right? It's kind of like you're still kind of overthinking the woulda, couldas, and shouldas of, well, if we go to this location, you know, is this location, okay, they're telling me that be mindful of the location being in a spot where there's fire, or fire could, I mean, there's fires everywhere when it's, especially during the summer months, and it's excessively hot. Like, I can give you an example right now. I mean, total global warming in Greece people are dying, right? They're just, they can't handle the heat, and who can? But you could be visiting somewhere, and it's extremely hot, right? Some of you have been overthinking a relationship, coming back together, and wanting now to solidify perhaps a commitment. Maybe it's time, you know, divine timing here for sure. Moving in together, getting engaged, right? Changing up the trajectory. Some of you are really changing, like, the basis of a relationship. It's kind of like if you were overthinking, now you're trying to get out of that kind of mindset, right? If you weren't emotionally vested, now you are, right? This Gemini, Libra, Aquarius might have been kind of like inadvertently, right, hinting about moving in and or commitment together, right? And this is longevity. This is for the long term, for sure. You have two beautiful homes. Maybe some of you are setting on a new venture to, let's just say you live in the States, let's say, and you're going abroad, and you're going to buy like a secondary home. Some of you can be doing that, or talking about it right now, thinking about it, setting plans in motion, for sure. That's really beautiful. Look at now, the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio isn't ready. I'm just saying, the feminine's ready, the masculine's waiting for the right time. Now, if it's a launching, take whatever fits. If it's a business, if it's an idea, if it's a commitment, longevity, long term, maybe the masculine wants to say, we need to look more deeply into different areas. We need to wait for whatever reasons. There's there's a multitude of reasons that say, let's look up until maybe up to 6 months, things are going to change dramatically here. Okay? Let's look at the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, masculine reversed. What's he thinking? Okay, he's worried about the money. All right, someone's worried about the money. Can I make ends meet if we get this home? Can we, can we buy this home? Because it may be out of range in terms of the money. But what you don't realize is this that's being launched is going to make money. So someone's really comfortable and aware that the launching of a new business, a new product, buying a home, whatever, is not going to be an issue. And the other is worried about exactly that. Can I afford it? This is a 5 and this is a 5. So the 2 5s obviously equal a 10, which is a new beginning. If someone did not feel up to stepping up to the plate, they're doing it now. Let's say they were not ready before. Or let's just say you were living with someone before and there was conflict. So someone went back to live alone and, they were sad about having to move out or even at some point getting maybe kicked out, or something happened where you weren't on the same page with this person before. But now it seems like a new start unfolds. And the 5 here and the Ace of Pentacles makes me feel like, okay, now someone's ready to make an emotional and mental commitment of I'm in this to win it versus I'm not sure. Let's get another one for the 5 of Pentacles and the King of Cups reversed for Aries. Yeah, you see? Someone's true colors came out. Someone was trying, okay. I feel at some point when you guys were living together, if you were living together, the fire here, the thing that happened, whatever blew up, like someone's anger blew up, someone got kicked out, there was a separation here, right? And someone felt really shitty about it because how they acted. They feel like they acted out of anger. Maybe it was a tower moment, right? Where someone just says, they say, fuck it, I'm out. I'm done with this relationship. And then there's remorse or regret because someone wasn't thinking about, wow, I'm going to miss this person, right? It was done very instantaneous. And maybe someone saw, you saw another's true colors, how they react, how they fight, how they, sometimes maybe their words get in the way of how they really feel. Instead of showing you how they feel, there were times when the words literally did get in the way. I also feel someone has not felt like themselves for a while, and it was due to money issues, or they were working too hard and they weren't around, or Aries, you or them were asking, the 20 questions. Where are you? Where are you going? How come we can't go out? How come you never take me out? Those kind of things really had placed much stress on perhaps the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Right? There was place where you, excuse me, came together because you love this person and you see them as your person, right? However, it's very different, right? To say the least, when we end up moving in with someone, someone's true colors really show. Like if they have a shitty day, they come home, they're not going to be happy, right? It's not like we always have to show, especially when we're in a relationship where we are really vested, showing someone how you truly care. It's not for any other reason, but someone was being, really rambunctious, outrageous, even acting narcissistic, because the true issue was, I'm worried about money. I'm worried if I can connect the dots with someone and move in and like pay a certain amount. Am I going to be able to pay half of the bills or the mortgage? You know what I mean? It's like that's weighing on someone emotionally. Like, I'm not sure, maybe that wasn't even a discussion, and maybe now it needs to be a discussion. It's time that we really get back to a place where I can be me, you can be you. We're going to set our boundaries, and we're going to show up. If we're in a bad mood, we're not going to like shout out and, be, rude or, not take someone else's feelings into accountability. We need to take a step back, and just because we're worried about money doesn't mean it's their fault or it's not your fault, right? So maybe this was the situation, and someone did not want to reveal that money's the issue here. And maybe one person wants this house because it's beautiful. It's, it sets the stage for a family and a yard and perhaps a pool or a swing set I'm seeing. That's all good. But we got to talk about, starting over in a sense that we're not going to lash out. Let's talk about it. Communication's a must. Someone can't just go into a corner or walk out just like that. It has to be, if you want this relationship, Aries, with this person, you and them have to be on the same page mentally, emotionally, and financially. That's the only way a relationship can be of equal value. And it's not to say that one does more than the other because one makes more than the other. Let's come to a compromise. So all of these were issues before here. And now we're coming back around to say we got things that we need to discuss, make sure we're on the same page, set the boundaries, and emotionally come together and solidify a future. Yeah, because I was missing someone bad. Absolutely. Someone was totally missing you, and or vice versa. It was like, I can't live without this person. What did I do? Kind of vibe. Like this guy, or whatever. It's a guy in the picture. This masculine really had some time to miss you, to think about what's the error of their ways, and or to think about how things did explode, how things were really explosive. And, who does that hurt in the end? In the end, someone walks out of a relationship or a live-in, whatever, and, this person is missing. the other, right? They miss them. They're like, okay, this isn't fun, right? All right, I don't mind being a few, nights of, lonely sadness or what have you, or even, like, I shouldn't have said it, I shouldn't have done it, why am I being such a, so stringent about when I know that I really love and care about this person? I mean, we do things in anger and desperation, that fight or flight mode. That comes from, by the way, this card right here. The fight or flee or whatever. Flee the scene. Fight for. I said it right the first time. So that makes a difference. How we say things and how sometimes truly the language of whatever language you speak gets in the way. It's really about knowing what we really love and want and feel and not fleeing the scene and then regretting it. So this does definitely play a hugely in this reading, not just as physical travel, but one who flees when there's, when hard work has to go into it, when we're fighting. It's like, instead of saying I'm out, it's like, wait a second. And this has probably been a contention for a while. Fight or flight. Thank you, Spirit. Do you know what I mean? It's like, let's be adults and let's not make the same mistake. If you really are missing someone and they're missing you, and you both want this commitment here, then let's work it out and not get crazy. And that's what happens when you have that inner drive of, fuck it, I'm out of here. And then it's like, oh shit, what did I do? So someone has conquered the way that they think about a relationship. And this one's sticking out right here at me. Look at that. This is so important. This is so important to those who are in relationships. Doesn't matter if it's marriage, live-in, whatever. What matters is, let's talk about it. Don't just leave. They're coming back to say, okay, I had time to think about it, and I shouldn't have left so quickly. I'm not saying they're going to say sorry, because for sure the Aries probably won't think that they did anything wrong. And maybe you didn't. Maybe it is that Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? It's like, I really want to be in this with you, and we both need. That's a better way of compromise. We both need to realize that whenever the going gets tough, the tough don't just, bolt. You stay and you work things out. But because you have this card, a karmic thread of fight or flight is definitely, and has been, maybe, think about it, Aries, for sure. Think about it. Has that been a series of relationships, let's say? I always like to say, look at the past 3 relationships that meant something really in your heart, right? Exes, whatever, right? Who fled? who said, fuck it, I'm out, and then regretted it. You know what I mean? It's like, it takes two to tango for sure. Some of you just cut your bangs and said, oh my God. Seriously, I'm doing it for a reason. I mean, the energy is, I'm energetically picking up someone saying, okay, I think maybe, I either need to cut my bangs or I cut them and they're not even or what have you. But in any event, two people now are realizing that they really are happy when they're together. Better together than apart. You make me happy. You're like, someone calls another sunshine, or you brighten my day. Spirit intervened here for sure. Look, I mean, come on. Spirit said, you need to really put down the ego and not run every time you get scared. And that's where that thread is. So that's what you're learning. That's what you have learned, that it does not pay to walk away. Especially when this is a real serious relationship, or it has been a live-in, an ex, or you're in separation, whatever your story, your narrative is. The bottom line here is the fight or flight kind of vibe is not going to, it cannot sustain, and or solidify a relationship until someone realizes that I can't act like this. Just because maybe I'm worried, like taking it out on someone else is not, not going to make someone stick around, right? It's a reconciliation for sure. And it's also a reconciliation of this kind of activity that has been going on from a past life, right? Two people together, totally in love, wanting the other so badly, but our egos get in the way and we decide that we're better or we're smarter, or we're going to say something that maybe cuts really deep into someone's heart just because I'm worried about money. I don't know if I can pay for this or that or be the person you need me to be, but I've missed you so. And you must know that when you get to this point in a relationship, you realize, right, you're going to either, which is two ways of seeing a relationship, Aries. You either feel absence makes the heart grow fonder, or out of sight, out of mind. And based upon this and this is absence makes the heart grow fonder. Now, you could be in a relationship with someone who is, could be a pilot, or you're a flight attendant, or it's your business to be here and there, or you went to a different location, right, for a while, and you've been gone, and you've missed someone. Maybe someone had to, relocate for a year and go to a different place for their work, their job. Maybe they're in training or what have you. And that really made someone get even more real with how much they truly love and want to be with you, and vice versa. You know how that goes. This is massive. So don't forget that. Deception. Who deceives who? When this happens, you're deceiving yourself. Absolutely. You deceive yourself because you're feeling like I can't be myself. Some of you feel like you're in a relationship where they felt, or you feel like you can't be yourself. And it shouldn't feel like that, right? A relationship should feel like home right here. And I feel that this is a little kind of scary because someone is or may have not completely, did someone completely realize how important that you are and or you them to the relationship, to grow, to get back on track, you know, literally to get back on track. So I am going to pull, I'm going to take a minute and pull on the deception and the strength card reversed. And literally there is the infinity sign right here. So we want forever and or however long we are given. We want to be with someone always, but we don't want to be someone we're not. So let me look for Aries. Yeah. See? We're done with like a one-sided relationship. We've set our boundaries. We must set our boundaries if you haven't done so. So the deception card with the strength reversed as well as the 7 of Wands reversed is the actions that I'm going to take going forward after setting boundaries is I don't want to be this person any longer. I want to walk away from that egoic mask that I portray when the going gets tough. I don't want to be the one to walk away. And I don't want to be lashing out just because excuse me, I'm emotionally kind of in that fight or flight mode, and financially I'm not sure if I can, you know, if I'm making enough money, or am I going to be able to pay for half of, you know, my share. So there's a lot of factors here, right? But one thing we know for sure is this masculine is walking away, and or feminine needs, maybe both of you need to stop running or fleeing the second things get rough, and having a convo and sitting down. Like I said, you know, this is an adult relationship, right? So let's sit down and let's talk about how we're going to manage this reconciliation, and that it's not going to end up again, right, burning, you know, you're burning your own bridges. It is a self-sabotage, you know what I mean? Unrequited love. So someone did not feel loved. Someone felt right here. Someone felt like they were not able to show up as, I'm the person that is emotionally stable. I'm the person that's financially stable. I'm not showing up here because I don't feel that love for myself. How can I feel that love with another? So that's a contention as well, where we have to be really certain that when we're in this relationship that we are emotionally invested, right? Someone's like, oh my God, talk to me. Look at this guy. Talk to me. I'm kissing your hand, you know? Bridgerton, right? They always kiss the hand. It's out of respect. It's out of admiration. And the woman's looking at him like, are you just literally going to kiss my hand and try and talk to me? So that's an issue right here. Like, are you being cold? Is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius cold? Is Aries cold? I mean, he's really trying. Someone felt or has felt that, it's not on equal terms. Someone has felt that one loves more than the other. And that's it sucks. It does. It sucks when you are not sure if the love is enough. So if the love isn't enough, or if you feel like someone's love isn't enough, check in with yourself. Look in the mirror and see what it is that you feel and how you feel unloved. And where did, along the lines of your history, personally speaking, did you or have you deceived others wearing a different mask, or just changing your personality, just, like the chameleon, right? Let's get a card on the unrequited love. That's it. Why aren't we having a conversation about it? Someone might have said, I'm going to tell you, someone, look at this card wants to come out. Yep, it did. It wanted to come out. Someone didn't feel the love was being reciprocated in and of, like, we're living together, there's solidifying a commitment. Maybe someone couldn't make a commitment or didn't speak out, like say, I'm ready, let's go, let's do this. Or someone was not having a conversation or did have a conversation saying, listen, if we want to live together and be together, we need to be open and honest with each other all the time. And I also need to tell you that if I'm feeling someone was not being honest about the fact that they're feeling like, I don't know if I'm emotionally and or financially ready to make this commitment. You need to ensure that a conversation is happening, that boundaries are being set if and when a reconciliation comes in the month of July. There is someone who really loves you and you love them, but it cannot go unsaid, unspoken, if someone's feeling the love's not being reciprocated. That is a red flag for sure. How could it not be? And how could we not have a conversation about the future here? Like, if you can't step up to the plate, then, you're going to miss this person forever, and vice versa. We need to be on the same page. We need to want this. We need to have a conversation about all of it. When we fight, someone just can't say, I'm out. When the going gets rough and the finances are not of equality, let's talk about how it can get there, or what are we going to do about it? Setting up shop with someone and living with someone, setting up shop meaning you start dating and you're in this relationship and you feel so much connection. And then you decide, okay, let's live together. And that's like, it adds another layer to the onion of this masculine or feminine brings this to the table, The other masculine and feminine brings that to the table. Now we're joining forces of energy. And then, you know, certain things that bug us, right? You know, I mean, the typical live-in situation, right? Well, I don't like the sink being having dishes overnight, or why do you throw your clothes all over in the house, or, you know, who's doing the laundry, who's doing the cooking, and who's doing the cleaning. When these convos are not spoken, that's when we get in trouble, because as quickly as someone gets triggered really quick here, and then they just leave. I don't like the way you talk to me. I don't like the fact that you don't tell me if you feel like I'm not loving you enough or right, or how is it that you want, what love do you need from me? That should be a conversation. Look at this. The solstice, it's coming, right? Someone makes you really happy. Some of you live in a nice warm climate. Some of you vacation in nice warm climates to get away from it all, like by water, right? Some of you are going by water. And this summer, because it comes here as summer solstice, this summer solstice, well, we just had it, right? June 21st. I'm doing this right after that. This summer, this relationship is going to be reunited as completely different than what it was before. Someone's perspective, or both, there's like a change of hands. I feel we need to put down the roots. We need to put down new roots. We need to grow together instead of apart. And we know how we feel about one another. We know that someone misses the other when they're not around, right? We know we're better together than apart. So let's work it out. Let's work things out on issues that really do pertain to everyday stuff, right? You don't have to hide the fact that maybe this month, you know, we can't go out to dinner. Maybe this month we have to watch our funds. Or maybe we aren't going to buy the house that we would love, but maybe let's talk about building a foundation that is conducive, so we're not fighting about who's paying what in the house, who has the job, who doesn't. All these things, people don't, humanity, mankind, right? We are only human, but seriously, why have we not evolved to the point where we are smart enough? Are we not to have these conversations before we move in together? As we're growing a family or wanting to start a family? Before buying a house, shouldn't that be a conversation? Instead of fleeing, like someone or both has always done. Someone always packs their bags here, and that's the thread, because they don't feel like the other person loves them enough. They don't feel like they're good enough. They're not getting reciprocation. There's no conversation or very little. These things are issues that are solvable. We can work on this. So let's try. That's what's coming up in July. All right. I love you guys. This is a beautiful reading. Really think about this and what really matters in your life. Okay. All right. Like, subscribe, share, please. It helps the channel. I love you guys. Take care.